Hey, my bunnies. How's everybody doing? Thought I'd pop in here. It's Sunday morning. Yesterday was my birthday. Girls took me out from a dinner, and we took a little side trip to see my cousin out at Lake of the Ozarks. Hadn't seen her in several years, and got there, and it was like we hadn't, there hadn't been any time gone between us. Seems like that always happens when you hadn't seen somebody in a long time. It's like it was just yesterday. We caught up, and I'm hoping we don't have years between visits again. I mean, she doesn't live that far away, and when in the summer she's at the lake quite a bit, and the lake's not that far. So, but had a good dinner, had a good visit. My heart sisters got me some cast iron skillets for my birthday, so I can, make myself some pork chops or steak or whatever when I feel like cooking, which isn't very often, especially lately. I just don't have an appetite. But it is what it is. I know I gotta eat. I have to make myself eat, but so thought I'd do a little Sunday whipping chat, but I gotta remember to tell you what I'm using. Oh, got a different setup because I bought at the same time that I bought the stand that I use for my phone. I bought a Flexi Grip. It's a phone flex grip mount. Looks like a little zebra thing. It looks kind of like that. Got a wide mouth to hold your phone. He's a big mouth zebra. So, anyway, he sits in front of me, so you get a little bit of a different view. And so I'm using that today to give you a different review. I'm using my Pudgy Dog Studios tray that I got not too long ago. I really like this one. The other one didn't seem to cure as well. It's not as sturdy. But this one I like really well. My pen is a Poshy pen. It's a Dragon something. I can't remember. But it's got real diamond chips in it. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but it's got some extra sparkle to it. And this is, I admit, my favorite pen. This is my second favorite pen, but when I'm twitchy, I am afraid to use it because I drop it a lot. So it's glass, and I'm afraid if I drop it, I will break it. But this one is let me look. I've got it here someplace. It is a blue glass unicorn horn from Crazy for Diamond Paintings out of Amarillo. So that's my second favorite pen. Excuse me. So I may use that today, I may not, but that's my second favorite pen. But this is the one I'm using today. So, and I'm using mini glue dots in my pen because those are my favorite because they stick good. Sometimes they stick really good, and you wind up arguing with the pen to get it off. So, but yep, had a really good lunch, had a really good dinner. Well, dinner, lunch, whichever. I don't know why I said it twice. But we left here at 1. We didn't get home until 8:30. Visited with one of my heart sisters downstairs that lives directly below me. Came upstairs and walked Maddie. Was getting kind of wound down, ready for bed. And my other heart sister came upstairs and visited with her for a little bit. till she went downstairs and I went to bed. And got up this morning and took Maddie out. And went out and cleaned out the really nasty poop bin that Maddie and I don't use, but nobody else was emptying. Because when I first moved in, it suddenly became the tenants' jobs to empty those poop bins. And I used to use it, but nobody else would empty it. And I was like, why is it my job? And the consensus was because my dog poops bigger. Because I have a big dog and everybody else has a little dog. I don't have a big dog. Maddie is a Canaan dog. Or there's different names for it. A pharaoh dog. She's a mountain herding dog from Egypt. They're amazing dogs. So, anyway, she's about 55 pounds. So, a big dog by standards in this building. But since she poops bigger by their standards, it's my job to empty the poop bins. I'm like, no, I don't think so. That doesn't fly by my standards. So I stopped using the one over by the fish pond that we have here. I'm like, don't use it. I shouldn't have to empty it. So nobody emptied it. Everybody complained about it, but nobody emptied it. And then they got to where, well, you're going to complain about it. We're going to take them out. And nobody's going to have an animal in the building, including cats. Well, I don't want that to happen, so I went out, took the trash bags that I supply for the poop bin out back that I do use, that I do empty, and sometimes somebody else will empty it, and nobody lets me know that they empty it, so I go to put a poop bag, one of Maddie's poops in it. There's no bag in the poop bin. I'm sure you guys just love talking about the poop bin. But anyway, I supply the bags for the bins, or for that bin. So, but, however, anyway. So I go out there with my bags, and I know how full I can fill one and still be able to get it into the dumpster out back. Because, if you fill them full, you cannot lift them. They just won't. So, and I took my time because, I've got a bad back. I've got RA. I know my limits. Do I push beyond those limits? Yes. Was I going to do it today? No. I was not. So I took my time. It took 3 bags. It was nasty. I won't go into details. I'll just say it was nasty. But I got it done. I put a clean bag in there, tied it like I do the one out back. Before I even put air into it, I tie the bag about halfway. Tie it real tight. Then I open it and I put it in the bin and I put it in there so there's a good amount over the rails. Put the rails down. And that's done. So it's got a clean bag in it. One of the ladies who walks her dog back there comes out. Okay, I have emptied the poop bin. It's got a clean bag in it. When it gets full and you empty it and take it to the dumpster, let me know. I will put a clean bag in it. Oh, I take mine upstairs and put them in my trash. Uh-huh. Sure you do. Didn't say that to her, but sure you do. That's what everybody says. Another lady had come out while I was doing it and told me that she always takes hers to her apartment, throws them in her trash. She never puts hers in there, and she buys her own poop bags because the building does supply the bags to pick up your dog's poop in. She's got these pink bags, very distinctive pink bags. She takes them to her apartment and throws them away. Top 3 bags that were in the bin were those pink bags. So, yeah, sure she does. Anyways. But, hang on. Mom's clock's going off, and I've got to get my pills. Hang on just a second. I'll let you listen to the clock. It's pretty. Isn't that just the prettiest clock? Sorry, gang. Sorry, bunnies. I'm not as fast as I once was. Okay. My mom has the prettiest clock, and one of these days, when it goes off, I will show you what it looks like. It opens up, and it's just the prettiest thing. So, hang on just a second. Well, your view may have changed because in the process of taking my pills, I bumped the camera and y'all went flying. Good thing I paused you because you might have got a little bit of dizzy there. Because that was... I seriously knocked you over. Didn't mean to, but... Well, I knocked one of my Heart Sisters' tea over on her. I kept moving her glass out of the way because I was afraid I was going to knock it over on her all through the meal. And as we were getting ready to get up to leave, I did knock it over onto her. I was like so appalled. But I did keep moving it, trying not to do it. But looking to see if I've got any more of this symbol, and as soon as I put it away, I'll find some. Isn't that the way it always goes? As soon as you put it away, you find one. But I don't see any more. So trying to think what else we did this what I've done since Friday, other than going out for my birthday. Only thing I would say about this tray is this spout. I don't know if it's any narrower. Oh, there's one left in there. I don't know that the spout on it is any narrower than the spout on... Where's that other one? There it is. Fall over. No, actually, it's a little wider. Maybe a tiny bit wider than this one. I don't know, but there's always 2 drills that get stuck at the very end of that. But it's okay, because I just take tweezers and scoot them on in. Scoot them on down. Okay, I need the little up arrows, which are a number 6. So, tomorrow is Memorial Day, where we honor our military here in the United States. And that includes our military families. At least in my family we do, or I do, because our families served too. Even the kids, we supported our, I know in my family, we supported, my dad was in the military and we were his support system. We were with him overseas and, we were all he had over there. So when we were in England and Japan, he didn't have a whole bunch of other family. He just had us. So we were it. So, yep, he had 22 years in the service. He started in the Marines. He was in the Marines for, I'm not sure how many years. And he was going to re-enlist. And Mom told him, well, you can re-enlist, but I'm going home. Because at that point, you couldn't take your family with you when you're in the Marines. And she was not going to sit by herself for another how many years. So he decided to go in the Air Force. Because he knew that she could go with him, for one. And she would need health insurance. Because like me, when I was diagnosed at the age of 20 with RA, Mama was diagnosed at the age of 18. So, like I said, I saw her struggle with it all my life. I am serious. I watched her struggle with it all my life. Hang on, I gotta go get something to drink. Okay. While I was up, I went and checked. Daddy was in the Marines from 1952 to 1955, and he was in the Vietnam War. And then he was in the Air Force from 1957 to 1974. And he retired with 22 years served at the age of 39. And we moved to the Waupun metropolitan area of Butterfield, town of 125 when we moved in. Of Butterfield, Missouri. And that's where I grew up. So if you notice a little bit of a twang every once in a while, yeah, that's where I grew up. Excuse me. I haven't even eaten today. I don't know what's up with me. Anyway. So, but yeah, Mom was diagnosed at the age of 18 with rheumatoid arthritis. And I watched her struggle without any type of really any type of medication. They didn't really have anything back then. When she started getting really bad, when my brother was in high school, Daddy took her to the doctor and they put her on Ascriptin with Maalox, which is basically aspirin with Maalox, which is something that helps your stomach. But that was it. That's all she had. And then they started the gold shots. And she did that for a long, long time. And it helped her. Helped her a lot. I'm glad it helped her a lot. Because otherwise, she had nothing. She had absolutely nothing. But so she was stronger than any person I knew. I mean, stronger. She did things I don't know how she did it. I'm gonna get one of her ornaments out one of these days, and I'm gonna get a picture of her hands and show you sometime when I'm prepared for that. Show you a picture of her hands and what, so you can see what sheer determination can do when you've got something you want to do that, you know, you can do anything if you want to do it bad enough. And that's basically how I learned to live my life. Because I learned it from her. That if you want to do it, you can do it. So, anyway. But, so, tomorrow we honor our military and their families. And I'm hoping it's a nice day, but I think it's supposed to rain, unfortunately. I think it's supposed to rain. Ouch. Why am I saying ouch? I didn't hurt. Oh. But my dad was a lot like that. He was a lot like that. He had it rough too. He was it was like he was an only child, but he wasn't an only child, if that makes sense. He was an only child to his father, But his mother remarried and had several children after him. So, but she always treated him differently because she regretted marrying his dad. She would say, even, when we would have, we've always had big family reunions every year. Even this year we're still having them. So, but she would tell my mom, I should never have had Jerry. That was my dad. And I should never have married his dad. And it's like, she would say hurtful things like that. Or she would make comments about, everybody would rave about my dad's bread. Because he would make things and he'd make them from scratch without a recipe. I mean, he would make the best bread and the best cookies, and nothing ever tasted the same twice because he never used a recipe. And people would rave about it, and she would say, well, I remember when he put too much salt in the biscuits. Well, she didn't mention that he was 5, and he really had no business making biscuits at the age of 5. But she didn't say that he was 5 and really he had no business making biscuits, but that was the only way he was going to eat, was if he made his own biscuits. So, yeah. It didn't make any sense. He had a really rough life. My mom did too. My mom was the second child of 7, and my grandmother put the youngest 4 of hers up for adoption. Just decided she couldn't raise them and probably didn't have the money to raise them. Okay. Forged my grandfather's signature on the adoption papers, didn't tell him. 3 of them were adopted into a family of siblings, so they were raised as cousins. And just kind of pieced them out piecemeal, just here and there. And just adopted them out. And the youngest one, who wasn't my grandfather's, but that's neither here nor there. But my grandfather would have done anything to keep them. He loved his kids. He would have tried to keep them. But nope. So my mom worked before school and at lunch and after school until midnight, and then ran home in the dark. Never had time to study, so she wound up dropping out of school and moving to the city to work. And then she had to, she got her high school diploma through a correspondence course, not a GED, an actual diploma, through the mail, by herself, and then would tell me that she wasn't smart. Yeah, this woman knew most of the Jeopardy questions without having to think about it. So she was not stupid. She was very smart. So my parents were amazing people. They were very intelligent. And so they were amazing people. And I miss them a lot. I'll show you something. These are my parents. This is my mom and my dad when they were younger. That's my dad in the Marines. That's my mom and dad. I think that was their 60th anniversary. That's my mom, shortly after they got married. That's my dad when she first met him. Looks like James Dean, doesn't he? That's when they first got married. And that's my mom when they first met. That's my parents. Aren't they beautiful? I miss them a lot. A lot. So, yeah. I don't show them to just anybody, so there you go. So, oh, look, you get to see the zebra, but I didn't realize you could see that. So, I'm hoping you like my channel and like my content. Yeah, I can talk. And if you do, hit the like button, and I hope you'll subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button down there. Hit the little notification button, and you'll get notified when I upload a video. Sometimes it's once a week, sometimes more, like this one, because I uploaded on Friday, and today's Sunday. But I'll put this one up here in a little bit. I don't know how to edit yet, so you're just getting raw and uncut and just how it is. But anyway, you'll be learning along with me. So let me know if you've got any questions or any comments. Leave them down below, and I'll answer them as best as I can. And I'm happy to hear from you. So, if you got any questions about rheumatoid arthritis, I'm more than happy to answer those. Fibromyalgia, happy to answer those. If I don't have an answer, I will do the research and find it out for you. So, but on that note, I'm gonna leave it here and hope you guys have a good Memorial Day, have a good long weekend, and I'll talk at you later. Love y'all. Bye.